Greetings everybody, how are you doing today? It is me, Rob, from Sage Tower Games, and today I'm making another video for you guys, doing about a deep dive into a different aspect of the game, and this one specifically is into the Attack of Opportunity feature. Now, for those of you that remember, in 1E, Attack of Opportunities usually trigger whenever someone either moved through one of your threatened areas, they made a range attack in melee range, they cast a spell, etc. And you could do an attack which could disrupt the action. And essentially anybody could do that in first edition. Now in second edition, one of the big changes they did to this was they changed the Attack of Opportunity feature. And right now you can see on the screen, I'm on the fighter page on Archives of Nethys, and fighters get Attack of Opportunity as part of their class feature, which says a creature within your reach uses a manipulate action, casting a spell, move action, makes a range attack, or leaves a square doing a move action it's using. You lash out against the foe you make an attack. If it's a critical hit and the trigger was a manipulate action, you disrupt that action. So 2 points to talk about this right here. One, the Attack of Opportunity doesn't automatically disrupt the action unless it's a crit. That is huge. That means if you're in melee range, you can cast a spell, and if it's not a crit, it still goes off. How many times, be it a player or be it a GM, you have a spellcaster and you were like, well, I'm surrounded by enemies, I'm surrounded by players. If I cast this spell, they're all gonna just whack it on me and I'm gonna die. There's no way I'm gonna make all my concentration checks. Or you cast a spell defensively and hope you didn't fizzle. The other point is still the main thing. It's a fighter only ability in terms of automatically gained. That means the whole combat game is just changed. That before, when you got into combat in 1E, it was pretty much you were locked in combat. Yeah, you could 5-foot step a little bit to kind of like get some space, but it was like a 5-foot step, then cast a spell. Okay, well then on his turn, he'll 5-foot step and then unleash full attack against you. And you did this little dance. Here, you can stay in his face, cast a spell, but you could do it and then you could run away. You get one attack, but as long as it doesn't crit, not bad. It opens up mobility in combat, which was a pretty big thing. Now, with that, I want to also look into some other things or other methods for Attack of Opportunity. Starting with the Attack of Opportunity feat itself. So this feat is available for Barbarian, Champion, Swashbuckler. So 3 other classes can do it. It's the same exact text. It's also available for the Martial Archetype. It's a level 6 feat, which means you can see right now that the fighter has a head start in terms of Attack of Opportunity at those low levels. But 3 different classes can at least have access to it. Disruptive Stance, going back to the fighter, is a level 10 feat for the fighters, which does 2 things. One, you can actually use your reaction against a concentrate action, which is not, you can't do that normally. So if they're concentrating on like sustaining a spell, that provokes now. Further, you disrupt a concentrate or manipulate action if you hit. So now at the level 10 feat, that means if you hit now with the Attack of Opportunity and you're in this stance, it automatically disrupts the spell. That's pretty big. Moving on. Disrupt Prey. This is the Ranger one. You may have seen it in my Ranger video. If you are in melee range, you get the same reaction. This one specifically is against your hunted prey target, But let's be honest, if you're a ranger playing a melee ranger, you should probably be hunting prey. You should probably be fighting your hunted prey target. Stand Still is a monk version, level 4 feat, but this one is only against moving. Basically, if someone tries to move away from you, you whack them and you make them stand where they are. If it's a critical hit, again. So keep that in mind. Most of these is critical hit only. Critical hit disrupt. So you can see critical hit disrupt. Like impassable wall stance. This is similar to the disruptive stance that we saw previously, except this one is against move actions. It disrupts the move action, and champions can get it as well. So another way for you to kind of disrupt actions with just actually, wait, sorry, I read this wrong. My bad. Breaking news. It's only when you critically hit with attack triggered by a move action. So then there's no reason why a fighter would ever take this. Am I wrong here? Oh no. So this means, okay. Rewind. This means that when you critically hit with an attack against a move action, you disrupt it. You don't disrupt it normally anyway. Disruptive stance disrupts manipulate actions. Impassable wall disrupts move actions. There we go. Everything's fixed. Reactive interference is a rogue. A rogue can get into the mix. Level 12, so it's a bit higher level. And that's basically if they use a reaction against you, you can pretty much attempt to disrupt the reaction. So you react to their reaction. Mind games. And lastly, just to go the full gambit, Opportune Throw, level 16 feat, specifically from the Extinction Curse Adventure Path, uncommon. You must be a legendary in performance or be a juggler, and you're juggling a thrown weapon. Creature within 10 feet of you uses a manipulate or move, blah blah blah, same trigger. You make a thrown range attack against that person. If you critically succeed against the manipulate action, you disrupt it. This is pretty much insane. This is only if you want to be a juggler and just throwing daggers at somebody. It could work. So, what's the point of all these different ways? So it shows you that there are ways to do attack of opportunity, but you see now it's not given to everybody. All those options I just listed for you guys, those are feats that you have to actually take. Fighters, they get the basic one for free, and then they can just take Disruptive Stance or Impassable Wall to give them an extra way to kind of increase their attack of opportunity. Combat is so much changed by this one little change that it's for the better, by the way. For the better. Because, as I mentioned before, combat was a lock. You pretty much ran into melee range and just kept hitting each other until someone died. Now you can move. You can move in, hit, move out. Most enemies don't have attack of opportunities as a reaction. Some do, some don't. That's another big change. Not every enemy can do an attack of opportunity. If it doesn't, you have the ability to run in, hit, and run out. Kite it a little bit more, give you that flexibility to move around the playing field. And that makes combat more interesting. It makes combat more fun. Yes, you're still attacking, but you no longer have that like, well, I can't do anything because if I do anything else, I'm going to provoke and it's going to punch me in the face and kill me. And that was never fun in 1E. Same as a GM. So many times I was like, well, if I do this, I'm going to get a provoke by 2 or 3 players and I'm going to get just eaten alive. Do I cast offensive? Do I step away someplace and maybe reduce the number of hits I take? Now it's just like, well, if there's only one fighter in the group, and nobody else has any of those feats I just listed for you guys, one hit, I might take damage. As long as they don't crit, I'm good. So, what's the worst that happens? Go with it. Do that interesting choice that you wanted to do. What are your guys' opinions on the attack of opportunity chains? Do you like it? Do you not like what they did to the attack of opportunity? I told you what I thought. I think it's a really solid change. If you have any examples that I haven't discussed about attack of opportunity, either that you've looked through or in your own personal games, feel free to throw them down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Pathfinder 2E content. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and be sure to check my other videos. I have multiple 2nd edition campaigns running on YouTube and streaming on YouTube, as well as a ton of other Pathfinder 2E videos on there and more to come as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time.